Hello everyone, my name is Cherie. Welcome to my July 2026 wrap-up vlog, where I go over all the media I consumed in the month of July. Starting off with books. I read one book in July, the original Pinocchio, written in 1883 by Carlo Collodi. Now the book is a lot different than the Disney animated version from the 40s and the more recent animated version from Guillermo del Toro. Basically, the book is just a bunch of repetitive stories. Basically, the father says, "You have to go to school and be a good boy," and Pinocchio says, "I promise I will." And then on his way to school, he gets diverted and bad things happen. And it's just like over and over and over again until the end, when he finally learns, and then he's able to become a real boy. Thanks to the Blue Fairy, who is not the Blue Fairy of the Disney, which I loved because, you know, she was this ethereal blonde being that shimmered and blue, and she was magic, and, you know, I wanted to be the Blue Fairy. But this is a girl with blue hair, and originally, and then Pinocchio kind of thinks of her as a sister, and then later on he thinks of her as a mother. And at one point she's a goat with blue fur, and it's just really interesting, you know, the blue-haired fairy. Anyway, so I'm glad I finally read it, but I don't think I'd read it again. So the book, which is right there, I will probably end up giving to someone with a young male child. All right, on to screenplays. I read a lot of screenplays in July. I read 13. Some of them were shorts, but basically it's because I'm a judge now for a couple of film festivals. And so 8 of those screenplays I read were unpublished, basically. But I did read 4 more of the Best Original Screenplay winners, and those were Annie Hall, The Apartment, Breaking Away, and Designing Woman. Now, at this point in my journey of reading all the Best Original Screenplay winners, I have read all the ones that are available online, you know, as PDFs. I think I will be able to go down to LA. They have this, the Writers Guild has a library that you can go into, and I should be able to find the rest, but I think there are about 20 more that I still haven't read that won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. So, you know, hopefully at some point I'll be able to get through those, but as of right now, I've kind of completed it as much as I can. I also read one thriller, and that is because I am currently writing a no-budget thriller, and I needed inspiration, so I'm watching a lot of thriller movies, and I'm going to be reading more thriller screenplays, but the one I read in July was Last Night in Soho. I love this movie, and the script was great. And the script actually gave me just a few more clues that I didn't pick up on when I was watching the movie. So that was really cool. Yes, I do recommend Last Night in Soho, both as a movie and as a screenplay. Series, I did not watch any series in July. Movies, I did watch a bunch of movies in July. Starting with the only movie I saw in the cinema, The Invite, Olivia Wilde's new movie, which is a remake of the Spanish film The People Upstairs. Now, having seen The Invite, I really do want to see The People Upstairs. It's great. Don't go to it with your partner. It is not a date movie. It's about a couple breaking up. And it's very funny. Like, the movie's hilarious, but it's just not a good couples movie, if you know what I mean. Next up, my catch-up films. I saw Mississippi Burning, which was based on true events about some civil rights activists who were murdered by the KKK in the South. And it stars Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe, and they are great. And it won an Oscar for Best Cinematography. I really enjoyed the movie. July was also French Heritage Month, so I watched a ton of French films, and there are 4 I would like to recommend to you. Elevator to the Gallows, a crime film. Madame Rosa, a drama. Monsieur Vincent, a religious film, and The Vordelek, a horror film. All 4 of those are wonderful. If you like French cinema, definitely give all of those a watch. And I added a couple more to my AI Run Amok list. Axel, or AXL, I'm not sure, and Ava. Axel is an American film and Ava is a Spanish film. And they're both wonderful, you know, if you like AI Run Amok movies like I do. I finished all the Roger Moore James Bond films. I saw For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and I rewatched A View to a Kill. Now, A View to a Kill was the first James Bond movie I had ever seen, and I fell in love with Christopher Walken in that movie. And it was just, it's so fun. It's campy, but I just love it. You know, also it's about demolishing Silicon Valley, which is where I'm from. So, and the final set piece takes place on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. So not really Silicon Valley, but you know, close. And it's just wonderful, yeah. And that's it for July. Kind of a short video. Now in August, I'm going to be focusing on watching all the rest of the Best International Feature winners. Also, I'll try to do the 2 Timothy Dalton James Bond movies. And the Cahiers du Cinema, I've got, I don't know, I want to say like a dozen more movies that were on their best of list that I haven't seen. And then there's the BFI Sight and Sound list from a few years ago. I think there are like 30 more movies on that one. So it's going to be a month of watching some very acclaimed films. And yeah, that's it. So anyway, I hope you had a fun month. Let me know of any great movies that you saw during the month of July, and I will see you in the next video.